So we are making another soap today. We are making a cold process version of the Fairy Godmother soap that I made in a melt and pour version before. And I called this Fairy Godmother because that's sort of what the fragrance oil was giving me. It's how it made me feel. It's called Pink Chiffon is the actual name of the fragrance oil. And it is vanilla cake and sweet sugar and sort of some blonde woods underneath. It's very light and very sweet, and it's beautiful, and I absolutely love it. What I found when I made a melt and pour soap with it is it took a really long time to harden the bar. Took much longer than I expected to harden, so I was a little bit worried about that with this cold process soap. So I did do a bit of a water discount on this one. So I poured some of the batter into another pitcher, and then I put some really light blue and some really sparkly teal into this batter. And it's looking a little green right now, and then I expect that it will go a little bit more blue when the batter sets and when it starts to cure, because the yellowness in that batter does sort of come out as we as it sits and as it cures. It turns more white, sort of a beigey white color. So I do expect that it will turn a little bit more blue as time goes on. So blending up the white part, I actually do end up adding a little bit of titanium dioxide to the white, just because I really do want it to be like pure white on that. That's more the vibes I'm getting from this scent. So I really do want pure white there. So just blending, trying to get thin but some consistency, and even with the water discount, this stayed very thin. So I do think it's possible that the fragrance oil had something to do with that, but it was ready to cut in a regular amount of time. So even if it did help my batter stay a little bit more fluid, it didn't slow down my hardening time at all. I cut this, I think it was about 36 hours later. So I really had no concerns about that whatsoever with this fragrance oil. So I put in a good portion of the blue, and then I swirl in some of the white, and then pour in the blue again. And you can see how thin it is. It just sort of all swirls together. It's so beautiful. It smells amazing. And then some more of the white, and I just keep going until all of it's in there. I don't ever leave any behind. So swirl the last little bit of greeny blue in there. And then I take a spoon and I just kind of give it a stir, because I don't really like the way the top ended up. Obviously, it didn't end up very beautiful at all with these last bits of soap just being poured on top. And I could have only texturized the top and probably made it beautiful, but I thought, let's try to get a really good swirl on the inside. That's really what I was going for. And you can see here as I stir it how thin that batter is. It really stayed quite fluid. So I give it a really good stir, and then I put on some glitter, some biodegradable glitter. This is from Fizz Fairy, and I think it's called Butterfly Chrome. I think that's what it's called. It's butterfly something. And it is, it's sort of an iridescent holographic glitter. It's definitely got a silver base, but also a bit of a purple base. And then the other things here, this is some sea salt that I've colored with some pink mica, and then I do some in purple as well. The original melt and pour bar with this fragrance had purple and blue and pink gemstones on top of it, and a white and a clear swirled soap bar. So I was kind of trying to stay pretty close to that, or at least in that family where you can say like this is the remake of that. So I'm trying to sort of stay true to it a little bit. So here's how it looks, and we'll cut it here in a couple of days.